Welcome to the Windy City Bender Podcast with your hosts, Nolly, Poetzy, and Jarom.
Da 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 da.
Swinging his phone in front of me, trying to hypnotize me.
Da 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 da. That's our new intro, just so everybody knows.
All right, so that was Nolly doing our new intro. Thanks for that. I don't know why.
Da da.
So I have to keep it in, huh?
Yeah, it's a mix between The Office and Chelsea Dagger. So
Hey, we need to change it up, but like not that big of a change up.
yeah, just kind of like a quick little mashup type thing to really get the fans going.
It's like making a bunch of deals on free agency day, but like making like stupid moves.
Yeah,
Who,
All right.
Who would
Like
do
how-
that?
there you go. Well, as usual, it's me, Poetzy, along with Nolly
Hey,
and Jarom.
Hey,
Fellas, it does not feel good to be a Blackhawk fan right now.
nope.
but
Don't say it. Don't say it.
feels pretty good to be a Leafs fan.
You said it.
We'll get into the whole thing. I don't even want to look at Brian right now, but yeah. So free agency has opened, and there's been a lot of
Can you say closed as well?
well,
It's pretty much
Yeah.
closed.
a lot of crazy things had happened. Still some things left to go. Some people left to be signed.
Some trades to be made.
Some trades to be made. We'll go over all of it. We'll start with the Blackhawks, though.
Ugh.
Start out smoking at the gates. Clock hit 12, and Bowman was ready to go. Had Cam Ward ready, which we all kind of saw coming. 1 year, $3 million. A little bit expensive for my taste, but still a nice little fallback plan there for Corey Crawford.
Especially since we don't know where he's at.
Right. And, Ward could be used as either a backup or as somebody that the Hawks need to lean on.
And not only that, but every Hawks backup for Crawford gets at least 20 games.
Right. So it's not like he's not going to play at all or anything like that. So $3 million might be a bit too much.
I think we talked about it though last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. It
Cam
was
Ward. Go ahead.
2.5 million was originally the number that came out.
Yeah. And that's fine with me, about 2.5. That was probably my max. And then just top it all off, he gave him a no move clause for a 1 year. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if that's something that Ward said, I need this, or what, but it's another no movement clause that has zero
Looking at
point
it,
to it.
I thought it was like a no trade clause, which I thought was dumb. And I was like, well, I mean, it's 1 year, like who cares? But then I realized it's a no move clause. So I'm thinking maybe Ward might have said that because he can't get put through waivers without approving it and go down to the AHL.
Yeah, but also at the same
So-
time, why would the Hawks?
In case he shits a brick and Forsberg's actually looking decent. That's the only thing I can think of. But
Chances
still,
of that
no
not very good.
need to do that.
No, not at all. And then the Hawks go out and sign Brandon Manning from the Philadelphia Flyers at 2 years, 2.25.
Who?
People are upset about this move, and I don't necessarily hate it per se. I mean, he had a really good year last year, but once again, Hawks don't need another 5-6 defenseman. They need a top 4. So why we're throwing 2.25 on another guy who's just going to sit on our bottom, who should be our bottom 5-6, but might actually end up being a 2-3 is beyond me. When there were so many other options out there, Calvin DeHaan, Ian Cole, John Moore, for Christ's sakes. I mean, God damn it.
There's a lot of rumors about Hawks going after certain guys, and then literally like 24 hours before the actual like free agent frenzy opened up, a lot of the guys were starting to get a lot more chatter, and they're getting a lot more offers money-wise, which obviously the Hawks can't compensate.
Well, for example,
Ian
Cole signed for
Ian Cole got too much. Yeah,
$4.25 million.
100%.
But John Moore.
John Moore got about the same amount of money, same AAV, I believe, as Brandon Manning does for a little bit of a longer term.
Where did he sign again?
He signed
Boston,
I think, maybe.
Yeah. I'm trying to look it up real quick. No, that's right. I'm trying to look it up.
But, I mean, the guy's from the Chicago area. He's same age as Brandon Manning. And, I mean,
2.75.
better defenseman.
Yeah, 2.75 for 5 years.
I don't get it. There's no way that the Hawks couldn't have given him that money, possibly even more. I don't understand. I don't get it. And then, to top off the crazy train, the Hawks go out and sign 39-year-old Chris Kunitz, who could barely survive on the fourth line of a stacked Tampa Bay lineup last year. So...
Well, it's because he wasn't on a Superstars line.
Oh, my God. They're only getting older. Getting older.
Throw Chris Kunitz on Patrick Kane's line.
It's an old man's game, boys. It's an old man's game. You hear everybody say that.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that JVR ended up getting as much money as he did for the Philadelphia Flyers because I feel like they overpaid a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, once again, so many other options out there.
Well, not only that, but you fucking signed Chris Kunitz 1 year. Anthony Duclair just signed a 1 year deal for $650,000. Why not give the kid another shot? Fuck, I'd be happy if you gave him 2 years, I'd fucking $800,000.
If I knew,
why not?
So last podcast, I said I wouldn't mind if Duclair went or if he stayed. I was kind of 50-50 on it, didn't really care. But now that that was assuming that the Hawks were going to go balls to the walls like they fucking said they would. But now that I know that they weren't going to do anything, that they were going to make 3 moves in the first 20 minutes and shut down production, that I know that, I would absolutely rather have Anthony Duclair than Chris Kunitz. Are you kidding me?
And, I mean, even if you kept Kunitz, fuck, $650,000 for Anthony Duclair? The kid has some potential. I mean, fuck, you're paying less than $1 million for...
Well, then if you
a
do
22-year-old kid?
If you do that, you're going to have to send somebody else to the minors that you don't want down there, like a Sakura or something like that.
I mean...
Or you don't sign Kunitz.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'd rather take Duclair over Kunitz any day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, it incredible to me that he made those 3 moves and that was it. He didn't want to do anything else.
And he announced, it wasn't like, oh, we're going to sit back and kind of see who else is out there. It was like, all right, we're done for the day.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a 12:30.
Everybody on Twitter was like, I guess the Blackhawks are done because they're announcing a press conference here in the next 20 minutes. So, I don't know. It's
an embarrassment
incredible to me that Bowman went out and performed like this with his job on the line. I mean...
But in his head, he did great.
There must be a plan in place or something else down the road because there's no other explanation. There really isn't. And I mean, talking about, whose job is on the line and who's going to get fired first, Q or Bowman, at this point, it's got to be Bowman going first if nothing else happens, right? I mean, he's made his own bed.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking at the team from this year to last year. They didn't make the playoffs last year. They were bottom in the division, bottom
in the conference almost.
Yeah, and then looking at the roster this year going into the season, I mean, granted, some guys had off years and those guys can turn it around. But just going into the season, I don't feel any more confident than I did last year going into the season. Last year, I felt like they would make the playoffs, barely get in, but I felt like they were going to make the playoffs. This year, I don't know. It's not you're supposed to come out with a better team, and looking at it right now, they don't look any better, questionably worse.
Corey Crawford being back is going to be big. We've said that from the start. Everybody's been saying that.
If he is
that was
back,
one of the biggest issues last year.
and
So having him back there is going to get us at least half as many wins as we had last year. And then counting on Brandon Saad to have a big bounce back year because he needs one. Patrick Kane figuring his shit out, even though he wasn't bad last year. He was
him and DeBrincat were the bright spots.
Yeah. DeBrincat breaking out again. Sakura, seeing what he can do. Schmaltz's second year. Hayden. Dylan Sakura. Did I say him already?
I don't know. Maybe.
I can't remember.
I don't listen to you.
I don't listen to myself either. But, I mean, there's still a lot of bright spots, but it's a lot of ifs. If, when it's, I don't know. We're so used to it just being when, not if.
And it's always been, who can we add to this core to make it better? And now it's,
who can we add to save our season?
Yeah. It's kind of funny, too, because it's like we're stuck in between the phase where it's like you either need to start the rebuild or you either need to figure out a way to keep this train rolling with this this core. And I think Bowman is still stuck in the middle because he's got the core guys, he's got the young guys, and he just keeps throwing the guys you need. Like when you pick up Tiemann in for Met and Richards in 2015, like that's what you needed to make that team, that core better with the young guys. And now you're just throwing those guys in here, but we're in the middle. Like you can't throw the middle line guys in there. You need a top end.
And those were great moves. And it's starting to make me think whether Stan Bowman is the kind of GM that you want to have when your team is like
against the ropes.
Against the ropes.
No, not against the ropes.
Not against the ropes. But like when your team is really flying high and you only need a couple different additions to make it better. If he's that kind of a GM, that's fine. But that's not where the Hawks are at right now. The Hawks are in a position to where they need to bring in some guys to kind of change the culture in that room, or at least bring back what the culture once was.
Mm.
And he doesn't have the big trade history. Like he always makes the safe, small moves too. And right now, I mean, I don't see any more small moves that will make this team better.
But the funny thing is, those small moves end up paying huge dividends.
Right, but I'm talking about with
Richard,
with this current team though. It's I personally feel it's not a small move type of thing. So when we need a big move to get made, and you have a GM that has a history of not making that big move, what's going to happen?
100%.
Yeah, signing Richards was a small move, but it was a big move at the same time.
Yeah,
and
it was 1 year, $1 million, right?
Yeah, and then going after Vermette that same year, that was a pretty big move.
But it didn't create much, there wasn't really any, media attention around it. It was just, the Hawks got Vermette, that's cool.
No. Yeah, the last one was probably
Marty Turco, maybe? That was even pushing it, too, because he was at the tail end, and everybody was like, oh, boy, what are we getting now?
Was Bowman Hossa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was his
move. big first move.
That was his very first move.
That was going into the year they won the Cup.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. That was his first full season, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But, and now it sounds like the Hawks are even out of the Justin Falk talks.
Yeah.
So, that was kind of the fallback plan. What now?
Yeah, apparently the Canes wanted Brandon Saad in a deal for Falk, and the Hawks just weren't willing to give up Saad, which
it's a 50-50 draw there. Keep him or get rid of him. It's either going to work out really well for us holding on to him, or just going to absolutely blow up in their face for holding on to him.
But also, it could work out with Falk. It could also blow up. We were talking in our group text. You never know with D-Man with Quenneville, because you could be a really good defenseman, and you could just not get ice time because Q doesn't like you for some reason, or you don't fit into his style of play.
So you could kind of compare it to Trevor Daley, but I don't really put...
That wasn't me.
Who did?
That was Tanner.
Was it Tanner?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Tanner had compared it to Trevor Daley, and I don't really agree with that comparison very much because Daley and Justin Falk are two completely different defensemen.
I would say...
I put Falk ahead of Daley just as a...
player?
as a player.
Clark.
Yeah. Daly might be a bit more defensive-minded because Justin Falk isn't that great in the D zone. But, I mean, having a defenseman who also really isn't terrible in the D zone at the same time, but also can score on the power play would be a huge move and something that I wouldn't mind giving up Brandon Saad for.
He had 12 less points than Brandon Saad. Oh, I'm sorry, 4 less points than Brandon Saad did this year.
He would automatically be a top 3, top 2
on an
defenseman.
average Carolina team.
And he's a dash 26. That's a yikers. But
yeah, well,
I hate that stat though.
That's kind of been his MO though. He's always got a terrible plus minus, and having Scott Darling back there last year didn't necessarily help that out at all.
But that's like Nick Leddy,
100%.
like we always talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Hawks need D. I would compare Falk to a Leddy.
Yeah.
And if Q didn't like his style of player, didn't want to play him, I feel like it would be a Leddy situation. I feel like they have a similar style. Leddy's even more offensive than Falk, but
I would say it's different though, just because the situation the Hawks are in. You know, if he had a Nick Leddy right now, I'm sure he would welcome it with open arms. But back then, at that point in time, that just didn't fit in his structure. But now,
get a Michael Kempney though. Get a Michael Kempney.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But
not
Michael
comparing
Kempney,
him to Leddy, but
I was gonna say he also doesn't have the same background as Leddy or Justin Falk. So it's kind of hard to go about that. Well, I don't know, but I'm very, very intrigued to see what the next move is here for Stan Bowman and crew, because their backs are against the wall for sure. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think that they have another plan.
the Stan plan, baby.
I think the Stan
Live
plan.
by it.
I think
plan.
the Stan plan is to give Q the worst possible team to play with, so he gets fired, and then Bowman can get his coach that he wants in there.
Yeah, but that's not a smart move
because he's about to get fired himself.
He's the one that makes the team. Also, guys, Chris Versteeg, UFA.
Is he available?
Let's get that third go around. Let's get him a third cup. Why not?
There you go.
Talk about a guy you need. Fucking. It always works out with him. Johnny Oduya is still out there. Cody Franson, why not? Let him actually play.
We did a little Twitter poll. I'm not sure who all out there that's listening actually voted on it, but
I am the only one
of the three
of us to participate.
But I think you guys all
So this
know.
is not in any way, shape, or form skewed
no, it's
by
not,
our 3 votes. It's just my one.
which is pretty funny because we had 32 of them, much more than I thought we were going to get.
And usually I'm the one that does the least
Right.
amount of participation.
And 53% of you guys said hashtag fire Bowman.
I think Jarom made burner accounts. He didn't use his account, but he made burner accounts for this.
No.
I think so.
41% of you guys said questionable but fair. And then 6% of you guys said Stan plan right on track. So you guys could just hop right the hell off of our podcast.
So 6% of you
Are idiots.
Are wrong. You're wrong.
I wouldn't say idiots. I wouldn't say wrong. I would say you're crazy.
Do you guys, it's time to talk just full-on rebuild mode?
Well, you didn't ask me what I voted for.
What did you vote for, Brian?
The middle one.
Questionable but fair.
Fair.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Idiot.
I don't. Well, the thing is, until the Hawks hit the ice, I'm not jumping off a bridge yet.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we could all sound like idiots like we did last year. We had high hopes going in last year, and they sank. Their fucking ship hit the fucking iceberg and went down. So until they hit the ice, I'm going to give Bowman the benefit of the doubt and let him seem like he knows what he's doing, even though I question everything he's doing right now. And we'll see where they're at in November. And then it'll be either fire Bowman or okay.
So you're basically saying wait to see what happens before screaming rebuild?
Before you say kill everyone that loves Bowman.
Why do you gotta be rational?
Because somebody here has to be.
Rational?
No, Poets, having a rash doesn't make you rational.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that cream, by the way.
A doctor prescribed it.
So what do you think? Rebuild time or no? I say no. I think
No.
it's as long as you still have.
Are you
Taves,
asking
King-
me if they should rebuild, or are you asking me are they rebuilding? Like low key.
Is it time for the rebuild?
I think they're low key doing a rebuild right now.
A soft one?
Not a soft rebuild. Yes, because like we said, they're giving time to the young players that they have to get them more experience, and the younger guys in the A, the kid that they just signed, who we will talk about, ended up switching his mind and going to the O.
Adam Boquist.
Yeah. I feel like they're signing these older guys like they did, but it's 1-2 year deals. So I feel like it's like eventually they'll bring somebody else in. So it's like kind of a low key rebuild going on, but it kind of makes you look insane after getting knocked out in the first round, swept in the first round, and then not even making the playoffs and being one of the worst teams in the league. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I try and compare it to the quote-unquote rebuild that they had after 2010, the quote-unquote rebuild they had after 2013.
It was more of a rebuild, quote-unquote, after 2010.
Yeah. I think that this is probably going to be the biggest one of those three, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's probably going to take a little bit longer. At least the Blackhawks are able to make the playoffs in those rebuild years, quote-unquote rebuild years. But I don't know, like you were saying, I think it all depends on whatever moves Stan makes for the rest of the summer. I think as long as Taves, Kane, Seabrook, Keith, Crawford are all in that locker room, there's going to be a win-now mentality.
It has to be.
Because it has to be. That's the only thing that those guys know, and that's the kind of culture that they want to pass on to the next group, which is going to be Schmaltz, Hinostroza. By the way, I saw somebody tweet, I can't remember who it was. Somebody was tweeting about how Hinostroza gets too much credit and that he's not very good, and that the Hawks should ship him if they can. And I kind of wanted to rip his throat out.
I don't think he gets enough credit.
Absolutely. He flies so far under the radar.
Rip his throat out, huh? Only played 50 games this year, 7 bingos, 25 points.
And that's playing like third-line minutes, basically.
Yeah.
Because he didn't bounce around all that much. So, pretty impressive, if you ask me, for a kid this was, I think, his first full season in the NHL.
It wasn't. He played 50 games.
He got sent down
But he
for
was
part of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't even his first full.
But I mean, like, he wasn't playing in the minors this year. Actually, I think
Yeah, he
might have
was.
started.
Yeah,
he did.
He played 50 games this year. He played 49 last year, and 7 the year before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that Vinny Hinostroza is going to be a pretty big part of the rebuild for the Hawks.
Yeah, I think he has really good talent. I feel like when you get him and Schmaltz together, they could do a lot of good with each other. And we're forgetting about John Hayden too.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he could be huge. Also, what's going on with Tommy Wingles?
Yeah,
He hasn't been signed yet by anybody, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if Bruins are going to re-sign him now that they're out of the Tavares deal. Not a big deal until at least whatever.
You think?
I mean, I wouldn't
think-
mind getting him back, but I don't feel like he's going to want to come back.
Yeah, why the hell would you want to?
Yeah.
I don't think that really at all. I mean, I can understand why he wouldn't want to, but there were so many people saying that was the plan all along. And
But yeah,
it's not like I know him personally, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would say, yeah, I'll be back next year. That's 100%.
Some people might have just been saying that, but also like, fuck, if I'm on the Hawks, the team doesn't make the playoffs, they make questionable moves, and I get traded to the Bruins, who could have won the cup. They could have won the cup and had 2 really, really strong series. Why would I want to go back to the Blackhawks?
I don't know. I guess it's more so me just hoping he's back because he was kind of a spark plug, and I loved him.
He was
that way.
The most consistent Hawk
100% he was
on the team. 100%.
That guy worked his bag off every day of the week.
Yep. That third line was arguably our best line 100%. Most of the games.
Especially him and Hayden together?
Yeah.
I
him
love
and Hayden
those
were
two.
awesome. Yep.
Yeah. Real scrappy. Yeah. I don't know. Nolly kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. Adam Boquist went and changed his mind. Got a 3-year entry-level deal, and he's leaving Sweden, going to London in the OHL.
He's not changing his mind.
Fucking people out there upset that they signed him to a 3-year entry-level contract.
Yes.
Because he hasn't played a game in the NHL. Relax. It's an entry-level contract. That's where you start out because that's where you're entering the NHL at. You're dumb. Like, this is dumb. Like, he's not getting signed to play on the Hawks. He's going to London to play juniors. They just have him under their wing for the next 3 years, guaranteed.
Because they want to control the way that he's brought up, basically.
They want to make sure he's conditioned the way they want him to play.
Right.
Which is what you want to do with your first-round draft pick every year. So piss off if you fucking said something stupid because, that's why. That's why.
Him going to London, though, is probably the best thing because now he gets to play some time on the smaller ice and get used to it.
Learn that North American rink for sure. That's what he wanted, too.
That's what me and Post were just talking about. I was saying him coming here was good because London is honestly one of the best teams in the O every year.
Yeah.
They're a really good franchise. A lot of guys came out of it. Patrick Kane, obviously. Dave Boland, Tavares, Kadri, all those guys. But also, and then Poets brought up, and like you just brought up, he's going to start playing on that smaller ice surface. It's definitely going to be a game changer for him. He's going to have to adjust to it. Might help him out a lot, especially if he's a puck-moving defenseman. But also might hurt him because it's not a wide surface, so he has a lot less time. So that's definitely a huge adjustment he's going to have to get used to, which is a good sign that he's going to be playing in the North Americas.
Interesting. I think it's a good move. I was a little nervous when he said he was going to go back to Sweden just because, I don't know, it just kind of made me think that it was him kind of separating himself from the Blackhawks, I guess. Plus, I figured, why wouldn't you want to come to North America and start learning the North American ice?
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy that this was able to kind of come about. So
also just love the Swedish D.
Yeah,
all about the Swedish D.
That Swedish dick.
Okay. Well, my mom listens to this.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it for me on the Hawks talk.
The Hawks talk.
You guys kind of scared me.
You didn't let me get it in.
Yeah, I know. I was afraid. Anything else from you guys on Hawks talk?
No.
Jarom, go ahead and go on your Bowman rant.
No. You tell me I'm not allowed to be angry about Bowman, so.
Okay, well, I'll just say this. Like I said before, it's not time to jump off the bridge yet. Let them hit the ice. Once they start sinking, then you can start throwing your pitchforks and flames at Bowman.
I'll end it on this. If Blackhawk fans start to turn into the stupid-ass early 2000 Blackhawk fans and stop going to games...
They already have.
No, they haven't.
Yes, they have.
Not like they did in the early 2000s.
Oh, no, but like they already have.
I'm saying if it gets to that point, I'm going to be pissed off.
Well, I mean, those were be all the bandwagoner fans.
I know, but I'm gonna be pissed off. Don't do that. Don't be that guy.
Well,
Support your fucking team.
it's already on that downward spiral. They missed the playoffs this year. It's gonna be easy to get tickets. That's for sure. Next year.
It is easy to get tickets.
Yeah, and not only that,
so don't go to the
convention.
games. I want to go to more games this year.
Well, home opener. Obviously, I'm gonna go see my boy JT. Day after my birthday, not a big deal. Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's go.
Can
Still go Black
we
Hawks, but
just
it's fine.
skip this topic? It's not like it's important.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll let you take the lead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm still gonna root for the Blackhawks. I'm still gonna wear my Hawk stuff, but I can't wait to see JT and Toronto Maple Leafs jersey. Not a big deal. But yeah, don't kill yourself. There's still bright times ahead. I don't like hosting. You host.
Go ahead.
No, I can't read. I need to know what the next topic is.
All right. Well, it finally happened. John Tavares made his decision.
Oh, that's the next topic? Is that why you're talking to me? All right, guys.
Oh.
John Tavares went to the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Before we completely dive into it, how do we feel about the stupid asses in New York that are burning his jersey?
Oh, my God. That is...
Regardless of how your opinion is of a player that leaves your team, first off, they don't owe you anything. A player leaving your team, they don't owe you anything, so get over that. Second, you're burning $200 jersey because you're mad about somebody that you don't know did something you don't like.
There was one video of somebody burning a fake jersey, and somebody commented on it and said, "You should have burned that shit a while ago."
That's perfect.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, honestly, like, I hate the whole burning the jersey thing.
Yeah.
Hang it up, set it aside. If you're embarrassed to wear it, set it aside until he retires, and then pull it out. Pull it out of the rafters, because then he was a great player for you guys. And also, don't burn it because, and then the people that were saying that because he didn't tell the Islanders what he was going to do until he actually signed with the Leafs, like he owed them anything, like he didn't. He's like, they were saying that, he wasted our time. Oh, really? Because you just wasted 9 years of his career.
Yeah, also,
making the playoffs twice and winning one round because of him. He did not waste your time at all. You guys literally wasted his career, some of it.
Not like it's a complete life-changing decision either that he might need to take a little bit of time on to decide what he needs to do. Maybe talk to his family, talk to his fiance a little bit. I don't know, just kind of spitballing here. But
and also, if anybody was given the choice to go home and make $11 million on a team that is young and has a huge, bright future over a team that has 2 home rinks, questionable goaltending that they kind of covered, maybe, probably not, that has questionable future, maybe making the playoffs, I'm going home. I'm going home every time.
yeah.
Oh, there's going to be no YouTube video. My camera just died.
Fuck you. Well, we'll just cut it out from there and then make a still picture, because I mean half the people in the room for the YouTubes are stick figures.
Yeah. Yeah, so it happened about hour or so into trade deadline free agent frenzy.
I keep wanting to say trade deadline.
Yeah. And we were sitting on the couch and we were flipping through Twitter pretty rapidly because it was down between the Leafs and
not only that, there's quite a, not like big moves, but a lot of people were getting signed quick.
Yeah.
So it was like you wanted to keep up, just see where everybody was going.
I couldn't keep up on Twitter.
What'd you say?
I said I couldn't keep up for Twitter. I tried to do my best to do the Benders Twitter. I just couldn't.
I think the final 2 teams, it was down between the Leafs and the Lightning. No, Sharks.
Yeah, Sharks. Other than the Islanders, obviously.
Yeah. Well, the Islanders ended up getting counted out of it.
Oh, yeah, they did.
And then it was between the Sharks and
the Leafs.
And then somebody tweeted out...
Elliot Friedman.
No, before that, somebody had tweeted out the Leafs are setting up a podium for a press conference. And I was like, Jesus Christ, this is it. This is it. They signed him. And then a couple of minutes later, Friedman came out with it's a 7 by.
No, he didn't even say that. He
7
just
by
said
11.
Tavares to the Leafs.
7
That's
years.
all he.
No, he said 7 years.
He said Tavares to the Leafs.
7
That's
years.
all he said.
It's all right. Yeah, he's right because he has a burned in his brain.
Because you said that, and I was like, no. It's not real. It's not happening. Let me know how many years, how many mils, please. I need to know because I will not believe it until it's 100%. And then I think it was Elliot Friedman after that tweeted out, and you said it was 7 years, 11 per. And I didn't think that they were going to pull that off. I didn't think they were going to pull off a multi-year deal.
Well,
I thought it was a one-and-done type
just
thing.
Because
And I shit.
Nolly,
myself.
you
I
were
was
wrong,
so
by the
happy.
way.
7 years of Tavares.
You were wrong about the tweet.
you should have seen. I'll send Jarom the picture to put up on Twitter.
Socials.
The socials, all of them. Nolly literally is sitting with his phone in his hand, cuddling with a pillow with the biggest smile on his face. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. It looked like somebody had just proposed to him, and he said yes.
I said yes to the jersey.
Yeah.
To the 91 jersey.
And the 30 and the 34.
And the 34.
And the 34.
Yeah, and Ange took a video, and it was me celebrating, and then Poetz is curled up into a little cocoon in the corner because he knows he's going to have to buy me a jersey, and it's going to be great.
My stomach physically hurt as soon as it was announced.
Can I say, watching all this, that I'm so glad that the Hawks weren't in it, because I was going crazy watching all this. I couldn't imagine if the Hawks had like a stake in this.
Yeah, and then they didn't get it.
Yeah.
But not only that, I mean, Tavares sticks to his word, says it's not about the money.
Mm-hmm.
Reports were saying Sharks offered him over 13 mil. He could have got, just like, think about this. Like, he could have got over $13 million to play with the San Jose Sharks. He would be making more money than Connor McDavid, arguably the best player in the league right now. Arguably, between him and Crosby's making $8.7 million. He would be making more than both of them. That is just silly. And he said no to go to home. And, I mean, who wouldn't take that? You have a core of 29, 30-year-olds in San Jose and a core of 21 and 22-year-olds in Toronto.
Yeah, so I was a little confused with the whole San Jose thing because that's more of like a maybe 2 or 3 year window, I would think. Whereas with Toronto, there's much.
You signed 7 years.
Yeah,
that could be a host 3 and 6.
So, I mean, I was a little interested as to why San Jose was still in it.
Yeah, it kind of caught me off guard.
Yeah,
when they said that they were one of the top guns in it.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. But I mean, Toronto immediately goes to a favorite now. They are the favorite to win the whole thing next year.
Well, before we get onto that, I just want to mention Dubas did come out and say somebody asked him about keeping Tavares, Marner, Matthews, and Nylander, and he said, "We can do it, and we will do it." And
I can't wait to see how he does it. To be honest with you, I'm like really intrigued by how he does it.
They have $16 million in cap space right now. They have Nathan Horton with $5 million cap hit that's going to go to LTIR. That's $21 million cap space, and right now all they have to do is sign Nylander. So
and probably get another defenseman.
I mean that defense.
You don't need it.
You don't. You got more
it.
scoring up front, and that D-core as is, minus Roman Polak, huge bonus, brought you to the playoffs, and you were third in your division, and you were top 5 in points in the league last year.
Can we talk about just really fast, bouncing off of this conversation, can we talk about the set of balls on Calvin DeHaan and turning down the Toronto Maple Leafs instead to go to the Carolina Hurricanes? It's like, I mean, number one, good for you, because that takes some serious huevos.
Cojones.
Yeah. Number two, good luck. Because
a lot of faith in Scott Darling.
Well,
a lot of faith.
Darling and Peter Mrazek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what a steal.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, there were some really, really good moves.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good signings.
Oh boy, St. Louis might actually be something dangerous too.
They pick up. Oh, they picked up Bozak.
Ryan O'Reilly.
They picked up Ryan O'Reilly. That's a big move. Yeah.
Hey, one more thing about the Tavares thing before we move on, just because I want to hear your opinion of it. Was Lou's statement after he left, or he announced that he was gone. Did you guys read it?
No.
All right, so the New York Islanders would like to thank John Tavares for everything he's done for the franchise throughout the past 9 seasons. John has achieved great individual success on the ice, as well as devoting a tremendous amount of his time and energy to the community. We wish him the best, him and his family all the best.
And then it fine print down at the bottom. That being said, ... Fuck
is
you.
that a little bit?
Burn him.
Does that line of he has achieved great individual success, is that a shot at Tavares?
I mean, it might have been trying to be a shot, but it's also like 100% his past 9 seasons in a sentence. How were the Islanders this year? Well, Tavares had a really good season. He did really well. They went far because of Tavares.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's a shot at Tavares. Is that what you're saying? Is it a shot at Tavares or a shot at the team?
Shot at Tavares.
I think it's more so a shot at the team.
Yeah.
Saying, John Tavares.
I think it was supposed to be a backhanded compliment, but it didn't turn out that way.
No. No, I didn't read it.
I think it had all intentions of being a backhand shot at Tavares.
Oh, I didn't hear it that way.
But yeah, Poetz, you're saying Toronto as the favorites right now. Well, the way it's looking with EK65, Erik Karlsson, maybe going to Tampa.
It's going to be official. He followed Steven Stamkos' private Instagram account.
I saw that. He did.
I'm happy that Dallas is out of the picture.
Yeah.
But
we don't need that in the Central Division.
Well, yeah. But also, I'm upset that Dallas is no longer in it because I wanted to see what their plan was.
Oh, yeah.
Because it sounded like with Sagan being up after this year that they were going to let him go.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what it sounded like to me.
And I don't know how you do that.
I don't know how you do that. I mean, him and
obviously Ben's not going to play the same because he's going to be crying every night because his best friend's not there. But yeah, I don't know how Tampa would fit Karlsson in. I mean, obviously, a guy like Erik Karlsson, you make room for.
Well, getting Chris Kunitz off the books really opens up
really made some moves there. Not a big deal. They also Andre Schuster.
Yeah,
no longer with the squad. But yeah, I mean,
do they not want Kucherov?
What?
Do they not want to re-sign Kucherov?
It's either Kucherov or Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, and you're taking Kuch.
Absolutely.
You have to.
Johnson's the one that's got to walk.
I'm gonna pull up their cat friendly real quick.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Kuch. Oh my God! Also,
this
Toronto
is
Maple Leafs fans
last year
crashed cap friendly on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, they did, and they also ran out of A's because of how many Tavares jerseys they printed.
Another podcast I was listening to said, what if they named Tavares captain and all these people bought Tavares jerseys without a C?
Now they have to go buy a C.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kuch is up after this year, and he's only making 4.7. He's gonna get paid.
He's gonna be double digit, at least 10, if not more.
Oh my God! I just want to talk real quick. Tyler Johnson is $5 million, and he still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years left, and the first 3 of those 6 are no trade clauses.
Damn,
Ouch.
that sucks. How the hell are they gonna do that?
I don't know, but just real fucking quick, can I talk about how the top 3 D in the league right now? Drew Doughty, Erik Karlsson, and Victor Hedman. Drew Doughty just signed an $11 million per year contract. Erik Karlsson's looking for about the same thing. And in my opinion, I would say Victor Hedman right now is the best defenseman out of the 3. Yeah. Not because he won the Norris, but because he actually deserved it this year because he was he's been one of the top D for a while, but he's starting to get recognized. He is making $7.8 million until 2025. What a steal the fucking Tampa Bay Lightning have in him in that contract. Just wanted to mention that real quick. That is a good contract.
Yeah.
But I mean, looking at Toronto, you got Tavares, Matthews, Kadri down the middle. Arguably the best center depth in the league. And you throw Carlson on Tampa, you got Sergachev, Hedman, Carlson, and McDonough. Arguably the best D-core in the league. That is just going to be some fun fucking hockey.
Yeah.
Seeing that go up against each other. That's like what we were talking on the group text. Nashville Predators, Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah.
That's just going to, it's going to be what you want to watch in the playoffs every
100%.
year. And it's going to be upset.
Because it's upset second round.
I think Tanner said only 2 of those 4 are going to make it to the conference final because they meet each other in the second round.
That's a bummer.
It's silly season, you guys. No, not silly season. It's
I don't know.
scary season.
Scary spice.
Scary
Spice Girls.
Spice Girls.
Spice up your life.
I'll tell you what I want. Really, really want.
Please stop.
I
really want more moves from Bowman. Is that right?
Yeah, that was right.
All right.
Just because I just thought of this, did you guys see the video of John Tavares doing a interview? I think on like TSN or something, and it was after the press conference, and right over his left shoulder, you could see in the doorway, Dubas turned the corner and tried to walk in and saw that they were doing an interview, and he turned right back out. And the caption on the video was, "This man is the leader of an NHL team right now."
Not only did he turn around, he ran into somebody when he turned around. Yeah, that was hilarious. And also, I don't know, somebody tweeted it out. I can't remember his name. He has a check mark on his Twitters, so that was pretty cool. And he replied to me, not a big deal. But he took a picture while Dubas and Tavares were interviewing at the same time, and his picture, they were both blinking simultaneously. They both blinked, and I was like, wow, that's like, they're confident. They're doing interviews with their eyes closed. They are confident right now.
They are feeling it.
So yeah, I mean, and low key, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, 2.3 cap hit for 2 years. Just signed with the Carolina Hurricanes.
Not bad.
Good for
Not
him.
a bad deal. So yeah, I mean, I don't know any winners, losers for you guys.
Toronto.
A loser that not many people are talking about, and they just got even worse today, are the Montreal Canadiens. Shea Weber out for another 5 months at the least because of another surgery. So he's out until at the very, very least December. Maybe even January.
Why is he just getting surgery now? Like, did he just get hurt?
I think he re-injured.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, why are you just doing it now? But that makes sense.
How about Vancouver?
Yeah, that's definitely a rough one.
That's a kick to the knackers.
But also, free moves that they have made has not helped them whatsoever.
No.
Sorry, Jam, go ahead.
Vancouver's a loser, too. Sorry, I thought you guys were done with that.
I don't remember them doing anything.
As in not making moves?
As in they signed Jay Beagle for $3 million for 4 years, and...
It's too much, but you won a Stanley Cup, so you got to honor that, kind of. But also, no. But at the same time, you kind of have to. No.
I think on the winner's side of things,
well,
Toronto, obviously, St. Louis.
Maybe Tampa.
Maybe.
Possibly Tampa,
Maybe.
yeah. I mean,
I think Columbus has made a lot of low-key smart moves. Nothing huge, but they've been making some good moves.
Calgary,
possibly, yeah.
Strides. Buffalo
has made a lot of good moves.
Did you
I
just say
think
Buffalo, Jarom? Is that what I heard?
No.
Oh,
well,
Never
we would have
mind.
gave it to you.
Buffalo
but not
and LA.
anymore. Yeah. Buffalo, I'm coming for you.
Buffalo might actually be a good hockey team in a year or two.
Yeah, Buffalo. Well, the funny thing is, they will be, but they're in the same.
Yeah,
They got to go up against the monster.
I'm excited for Darling. I'm excited for Carter Hutton, to be honest with you. He signed a real good contract there.
Yeah.
He actually took less money than he would have if he went to the Islanders, I believe.
What the fuck was I going to say? I don't think Detroit is a winner whatsoever. I don't think they made good moves. I'm going to say Dallas is a loser just because I picked up Roman Polak. There was one team I wanted to say I thought was a loser, but
The
I can't
Hawks.
think of it.
I'm saying the Hawks are losers.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't think of who it is. Oh,
LA.
Calgary, James Neal, too. I forgot that they did that.
Yeah.
That's a big.
Yeah.
LA is a loser just because they were going to be paying so many guys when they're so old.
True.
Next year, so.
You think Edmonton would have done something to kind of shore up their...
To fill in that Taylor Hall move.
Yeah.
Did they do anything?
No, I don't remember listening. I don't remember hearing anything.
I just saw somebody. Kyle Brodziak and Tobias Ryder. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'm kind of that's about all she wrote there. Jimmy Hayes signed with the Penguins.
No kidding.
When did that happen? $650K for a year. Yeesh. Kind of not doing so well compared to your brother, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I got a couple riding pine.
Riding pine.
You're riding the pine pony, pal.
I haven't done a riding pine in a long time, and these are actually from a couple of people that we actually really don't know,
And
which is exciting.
yeah, because it's not just our friends.
No. So thank you to the both of you for writing in.
Appreciates it.
Thank you so much.
Well, only appreciates one of you.
No,
One of you wants to be a smartass.
No, I think we appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate him a little bit more than the other guy, but we appreciate you both. First one coming from Jimmy McHockeys. I hope that's your real last name because good for you.
Also, what was his email address? Isn't it Jim Hockey?
Jim Hockey.
Yeah, that's sick.
Long-time listener, first-time emailer here, which made me think that was Joe.
Yeah,
by the way.
I read that and I was like, is this?
Uh-huh.
Is this?
So the Hawks did another veteran goalie move with picking up Cam Ward, which is exactly what the Hawks did with signing an old veteran goalie before, Turco. Then we get Father Time, Chris Kunitz. I thought that was hysterical. Good for you. Is this rebuilding phase 2? Blowing off 2 years to rebuild, or is this a legit cup run? Kind of answered this a little bit, but I mean, it all depends on, for me, on what they do in the off season. You know, I don't think it's ever going to go into a full rebuild unless
You move the core.
you move the core.
Which I think if they ever move the core, they move everybody besides Kane. I think Kane's the one guy that's off limits for their core movement. But yeah, Father Time, Chris Kunitz, that's hilarious. I fucking can't stand him. But it's hard to argue because he has 4 cups, but also piss off. Don't like that. Overrated. But yeah, I agree with you, Poets. It's you can't say it's full rebuild, but it's pretty much rebuild the core to win a cup. But they're also, I don't think, a cup contender right now.
I think it's more so introducing a new core a couple years earlier than you really wanted to.
That's fair.
Jarom? Yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely say it's a full-blown soft rebuild if they don't add another top 4 defenseman by the start of training camp.
Which I don't see them
And
doing.
at this point, it's got to be that's got to be a trade.
Right, and
They make a trade, it's going to have to be a big name going the other way, or at least a good prospect. And the Hawks don't want to give up anything like that.
Or draft pick. Don't want to do that.
so it's a little bit of like a purgatory type of situation, I think, for the next year or two.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. The Hawks have been in sticky situations before and been able to weasel themselves out of it, but just seems a bit different nowadays. Seems a bit drastic. Next question coming from Minty. We probably actually shouldn't have said that guy's email over the thing. But I guess not many people. Really
If I remember it, I'll bleep it.
All right, thank you. Sorry, Joe Hockey, Jim Hockey.
See, we don't even know.
We don't even know what your name is. I don't even know. Minty says, "Hey boys, new listener from Canada. Eh? Loving the last couple FBs. Love the worst case Ontario reference. Keep her up. Just wondering how you guys became friends with a sad Leafs fan.
No, we cut it off. That was it. It ended.
Did you just pick him up on the street, or did you find him at a shelter and decided to adopt him?" Here in Canada, most real Canadians can't stand those center of the universe Toronto fans. Jokes though, love you guys. Go Hawks, go. Do you think that last season was just an off year for the boys? We've seen it happen to lots of teams before. Boston and LA come to mind. Have an off year and then right back into the mix next year. Is our core group going to get us back into the playoffs this year, assuming Crawford stays healthy, of course?
That 100% is it. It's a lot of it comes down to if Crawford is healthy, can he stay healthy, or what the real deal is with him.
Yes, 100%. But also, let me just address. No, they did not find me on the street. No, they did not pick me up in a shelter. I'm kind of the glue that sticks everybody together. So everybody loves me.
Wow.
No, just kidding. I sound like an arrogant Leafs fan.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I sound like.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, you said the real Canadians don't like them. Well, not real Canadian, from Chicago. So there's that. And also, real Canadians, really? You mean the real Canadians of real sports in Toronto that like the real team of Toronto and the Canadas, the Toronto Maple Leafs? Because you hate us because they ain't us. Because
you keep talking about Uranus, and I don't understand.
They hate us because they ain't us. We got Johnny T. I'm sorry your team doesn't have him, and I'm sorry especially if you're a Canadiens fan.
I was
and
just
also
about to say, this sounds like a Montreal Canadiens fan.
Also, if you're a Vancouver fan, and also if you're a Vancouver fan,
he's clearly a Hawks fan.
Yeah, but then that was my next point. You said go Hawks, go, and I was like, all right, I'll respect it. I like it. We're all right. But can this core lead them to the playoffs this year? Yeah, they definitely can. They've done it. I think not last year, the year before. I think even though it's a different core without Panarin, I think they were the reason that they made that playoffs, obviously. But if everybody steps up, if Taze and Saad go back to what they were back in 2015, and Kane continues to do what he does, and DeBrincat continues to do what he does, yeah, 100%. And like you said, if all pending Crow being healthy, because he's obviously the main factor.
Yeah,
he is the main factor, yeah. But yeah, that's definitely a good point, bringing up Boston and LA. Like looking at Kopitar, he had a real rough year, especially after he signed that big contract, and then last year coming out and doing what he did. And I think Bergeron did the same exact thing. He had a rough year a couple years ago, and then ever since then he's been Bergeron doing the same stuff. So yeah, I mean it depends on what kind of Hawks team shows up, and if Crow's healthy for sure.
The awesome thing about the Blackhawks from 08-09 up until last year was that you at least had a couple guys on the team that was able to carry the load at some point. And as soon as they kind of fell off, somebody else came to pick it back up again. It was always somebody else being able to kind of carry the load. Corey Crawford being back there, obviously, huge help. But Jonathan Toews will go on his 5-game scoring streak. Patrick Kane, 26 games in a row with a point.
And then you'd have guys like Versteeg and Sharp.
Exactly.
Those two guys stepped up huge.
They would have their runs, and then our defense. Seabrook would be scoring overtime game winners. Keith was putting pucks in the net on the power play, and everything kind of.
Jaromson would block a shot every single game.
Every single game. I mean, it all.
Why don't we have Jaromson?
There's your Jaromson quota.
It all kind of was able to blend together, and last year the Hawks didn't have that.
No. It was Kane and DeBrincat.
It was everybody having an off year or being injured or something. Hawks couldn't get anything going. Plus, I think a lot of it, honest to God, really has to do with the confidence that they had playing in front of the goaltending.
Yeah.
That plays such a big factor that I don't think many people really take into effect. I mean, at a certain point, after you see the 400th 5-hole goal that happened because he wasn't paying attention, I mean, it takes a toll, and it makes you not want to play as hard.
Definitely.
But
also, then you
you're
throw
a professional, though, at the same time.
And then also you throw in a guy that's an accountant, and you go balls to the walls to help him out. Why are you not playing like that a game in and game out?
Exactly.
If you can go that hard to help this guy out, why can't you do that for a guy like Forsberg?
Because they'd be burned out in a week.
That's what you're paid to do.
Yeah.
That's your job.
True.
And you know what, though? Who knows if they played one game like that for Forsberg, where Forsberg's confidence might be. It might be a turning point.
Also that.
I mean, yes and no. Forsberg kind of made his own bed. I mean, there were some games where the Hawks could have played the absolute perfect game, and he still would have let up a howler. But there were also games where they played like shit, and he was the only reason why it wasn't a 7-goal deficit.
But I mean, to counter your point of the lack of confidence with who's in net, when your team, you go out there and you see your team play like that in front of an accountant, and then you see how they play in front of you.
Yeah,
that's a lot less confidence in yourself, and
I think
how
it
your
also
team feels
depends.
about you.
It also depends on the mental
I don't
aspect
think
of it
Forsberg
too.
is.
I don't think
Crawford is one of the.
He used to be.
He has no. He has the best mentality,
100%.
mental game. He's one of the best in the game.
And
when you get a guy like Forsberg back there, and that gives the Hawks confidence. Seeing Crow be just stonewall faced in any situation is
probably
huge.
because he's stoned the whole time.
Well, I mean, either that or he's just zonked out from Shea Weber's bomb.
Allegedly.
But yeah, I mean, having a confident goaltender behind you,
yeah,
no matter how well you're playing and no matter how well he's playing, turns your game around.
100%.
So,
yep,
I feel they just did not complement each other whatsoever, like you said. They just didn't.
Yeah.
There was no feng shui, good vibes going on.
No, no, it wasn't.
So, things could totally change.
Yeah, they could. I mean,
them not making the playoffs, not playing as many games, they could be fired up.
Yeah.
The players could be ready to fucking go. Who knows?
And I hope they are, because, I mean,
because we all want to see a Leafs-Hawks final. That's all we want. That's all we want.
Or they're still at the age to where they can play a decent level of hockey and not just piss away, the rest of their careers.
Yeah.
Yep. So
they definitely have more cups than them.
Yeah.
Depends on.
Got a question scenario now.
Mm-hmm.
Scenario with you saying Hawks Leafs Cup. It happens this year. Game 7, overtime. Hawks win. What does that do for you mentally, for not only the Leafs and for your bet?
He's in a hospital with an IV in his arm.
If it's in Chicago or Toronto, I'm running. I'm running to that rink. Don't care where it's at. I'm running straight from here to there. I mean, I would love to see Poetz shit himself in that situation, but I'm Hawks all the way.
Okay.
When it comes to it, I'm Hawks. It would hurt because
I don't know.
In many situations, I would love that, but it's always
I don't
Hawks.
know. I'm just picturing it.
I'm not going to be upset, but I'm also not going to be.
You're going to
not going to be 100% happy.
You're going to go crazy
because it's but at the same time, it's this could be the Hawks' last one, and it's not going to be the Leafs' last.
So you're in the AC Scotiabank Center. I was going to say the ACC, Air Canada Center.
Yeah,
but it's now Scotiabank Center, I think. Or
yeah.
Scotiabank
As
Arena.
of July
Scotiabank
1st.
Palace. Scotiabank.
No, it's still ACC.
No, it's not. They changed it.
July,
they got bought out by Scotiabank.
It got changed as of July 1st.
Yeah. But anyway.
I was freaking out at Tavares. It didn't matter.
Yeah. So you're there. It's Game 7. You were physically in the crowd. and the Leafs win it in overtime, you're telling me that you're not going to go absolutely insane with that crowd?
If I'm there, I'm wearing Hawks stuff.
I didn't expect that.
I'm Hawks.
No, but he'll be
Leafs.
wearing his Leafs hoodie underneath his jersey just in case.
100%. 100%. They score, my head's going down, and then I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, wait, Leafs won though.
Or you'll be like that guy at World Juniors that had a jersey on for both teams.
Yeah, 100%. And then I'll have my Tavares jersey under that.
Yeah.
I'm under Tavares jersey. Just really piss everybody off.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. All right, well, that's about it for me. You boys got anything left?
No, next week, hopefully we'll get 2 episodes. And
Yeah?
one potentially good one.
John Tavares is a Leaf.
I swear to God, I always knew it was going to be the last year. I always knew it was going to be the last year.
The best
Stupid bet.
the best part, we made the bet in 2016. I said guaranteed Leafs win a cup in 3 years. Never once in my wildest dreams did I ever think John Tavares would become a Leaf in those 3 years. And here we are on the 3rd year, and John Tavares is a Leaf. Andrew?
I've already put money aside. I swear to God, I've already put money aside.
And not only that, it's $224 for an authentic jersey. No.
Not even including shipping.
Big deal.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening in, everybody. Thanks for the questions, too, from you two that wrote in. If you guys are listening and you guys haven't wrote in, we don't know you, please write in. That was awesome to see.
Gets us going.
Yeah.
And if you don't have any questions, throw out a
Yeah.
buyout trade sign, because those are always fun, too.
those
Or
are
if
fun.
you have another idea, to be honest with you, we're open to anything. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Once again, this is number 42, the John Klemm.
Post.
John Klemm.
Post.
Stanley
Ticketies.
Cup champion John Klemm.
Ticketies over there.
Jordan Hendry. All right, you're right. He was 6 when he won the cup. Joachim Nordstrom. Still in the league.
And he
Stanley
just,
Cup champion.
he just got a new deal, too, I think.
We'll go John.
All right, we'll
We'll go John Klemm.
We'll go John Klemm.
Yeah,
You'll go with it.
I'll make you happy.
Thanks.
It's gonna be a long
Since
year
it's
for
gonna be
you.
a really long year. All right, the number 42, John Klemm, played with the Hawks back in I think 03, 04. Defenseman, huge guy.
What's
Couldn't turn.
hey, 42 backwards? Fuck.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
He couldn't turn backwards. He's the Stanley Cup champion though with the Colorado Avalanche. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in for Poetzy, Nolly, and Jarom. We'll talk to you guys later.
Da, 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 da. Okay, sir.
Follow the guys on Twitter at WCBP, on Instagram, WCBPodcast, and like them on Facebook, the Windy City Benders Podcast. The Windy City Benders Podcast.